Hi everybody, I am back again today with another pick a card. If you're finding yourself on my channel for the first time, welcome to the Cottage. We do daily pick a cards here Monday through Friday. I do messages for soulmates and separation at times. So if that's the type of thing you're into, grab yourself a cup of tea and gather around my table. We're all friends here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all of your support, all your love, all your comments. You guys have blown me away with how supportive you've been of me, how supportive you've been of each other, and the majority of the comments are all positive and loving, and you guys are really pumping me up, so thank you so much for all of that. Today's pick a card reading is, I did a poll on Saturday night asking you guys what you guys wanted to see next, and this was the majority has voted for this topic, and the topic today is, I'm sorry, I'm long-winded today, you guys, this morning. It's taking me a while to get going. The topic today is, will this no contact situation ever end, and how does your person feel about this situation, about your current state of affairs? So we do have 3 piles in front of you. We have pile 1 with the wolf spirit and the amethyst stone, pile 2 with the owl spirit and the red stone, and pile 3 with the eagle spirit and the moss agate stone. As always, my timestamps will be listed below. So if you need to, you can press pause and take a moment to meditate on which pile is calling out to you. I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. Will this no contact situation ever end, and how does your person feel? Hello, everybody in group 1 who chose the wolf spirit and this raw amethyst stone. This is your reading for, will this no contact situation ever end between you and your person, and how do they feel about the certain circumstances of this no contact situation? We do have the wolf spirit, and as I was shuffling and this wolf spirit came out, instantly I thought about somebody who's fiercely loyal, who's loyal to family, a pack animal. You know, the wolf is a pack animal. They look out for others. Powerful as well, a very powerful, kind of imposing force, but just good intentions, if that makes sense. Like a very powerful person, maybe aggressive in nature and maybe kind of straightforward, but good intentions, a family-oriented person. So that could have resignation for you. I'm going to be using the Mother Peace Round Tarot deck for you guys today. It's fastly becoming one of my favorites, even though it's difficult to shuffle, and it's huge. So will this no contact situation ever end for you and your person? I'm going to draw some cards, and then we'll talk about what the cards are saying. I should say while I'm shuffling that I am over on Instagram, Tarot Cottage. That's where you can send me messages. We have the Queen of Wands. Ten of Swords. So this no contact situation has been very difficult on you and on your person, and I feel like you guys are fed up. You're looking for an ending. The tens are all about completions and ending. You just had one that flipped over. Strength. Really being asked to draw upon your inner strength because of this. The Queen of Wands, I should say, is passionate and loving and full of creativity. I do feel like your person is a really warm, creative person. They could be an entrepreneur, but they're feeling like, I just heard the term lone wolf, like they're feeling really alone. The Ten of Swords really talks to me about somebody who's coming out of depression, coming out of anxiety, who's really looking for an ending to that pain. And when we think of the traditional Rider-Waite, we see that man on the beach with all of those swords. There's nothing more that can be done to that person emotionally. But the good news is that there's light at the end of the tunnel in that card. There is the dawn of a new day. And even in this card, you can see the beautiful, you know, yellow sunrise. There's a real desire as well, I feel like saying, to have a fresh new start as well. This person really wants a fresh new start. I get that a sense of the Fool with this card as I look at it, even though it is about pain and the Strength card is really asking you, to draw upon your inner strength, that this is a very difficult situation. We have the Five of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. On the back of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. I am going to pull that card as well because I want to talk about that. So the Five of Swords really speaks to me about conflict. And dishonesty. I feel like in the past, your person wasn't 100% honest with you. And there is regret there. We have the Eight of Wands. There is the desire for communication. And we see the desire for closure and the desire for an ending to this pain. So I do feel like your person wants to come forward with an offer. They want to come forward with a news in the very least. Because this Four of Pentacles tells me that they feel very possessive of you. They feel very possessive. It's a greedy type of energy with this Four of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Which is like lack of focus, needing repair work. They feel like they need to work on themselves. They feel like there's a lack within themselves before they come forward. But the desire to end this no contact is definitely there. And they want to rush in swiftly. I feel like they want to, for some of you, I feel like they've made a decision to come forward, to end this communication. We have this Ten of Wands. It's about completion. We have this communication card. I do feel like your person, for some of you, it won't resonate for all of you, but they're gaining the courage right now to come forward. And for some of them, they almost want to come forward with perhaps an apology for some of the dishonesty. And I don't feel like they are letting you guys know right now, or anyone in their life currently, how they're feeling because of the dishonesty of the Five of Swords. Let's ask the question, will they come forward? We see the desire with the Eight of Wands. That is a movement card. I do feel, again, saying like they will. Some of them will, but let's get a little more clarity on that Eight of Wands. Okay, we have three that came out. Okay, this is interesting because we have three that came out. We have here the Four of Swords, and we also have the Four of Swords in the back of this deck. So, obviously, Spirit wants us to talk about that. Your person is ready to come out and rejoin the world, with the Four of Swords being the reverse. The Four of Swords is really about contemplation and meditation. You know, and we're all in isolation. All your person has, and all they have is time to pontificate upon this situation. So they've spent this time meditating upon you, and the Four of Swords in the reverse really speaks to me about being ready to act, being ready. But then we have this Three of Wands in the reverse as well. And, you know, there's delays and setbacks and poor planning, but they're gaining the courage and the creative, they're trying to formulate a creative way of coming forward to you that you guys won't find, that will be befitting of the Queen of Wands, which is who you guys are for sure. I do feel like this ending, there is going to be an ending for some of you guys of this no contact situation, because I feel like your person's getting very restless. They're getting restless, and I feel like this is the type of person that likes action. You know, the wolf doesn't sit on its laurels and wait for dinner to come. They gather up their energy and they go out and hunt. And I feel like your person is more focused than usual on this connection. How are they feeling about this no contact situation? Let's look into that. How does your person feel about this no contact situation right now? I mean, we obviously see a restlessness, a feeling of insecurity too, with that Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. How do they feel about this no contact? So the Queen of Swords in reverse really tells me that they're feeling kind of aggressive. There's the kind of cold, you know, the Queen is ready to cut people out of her life when she needs to be, but she's logical and analytical. But when we see her in the reverse like this, it's like she's not being logical. She's not being logical. This separation period, again, they feel like rushing right in, and that's not a logical way to feel. It's like their feelings for you don't feel logical to them. I feel like saying for some of them, they wonder if it's in their mind. If this is a one-sided relationship, they're feeling kind of mentally unclear. Here we have the Nine of Swords. We had the Ten of Swords. Now we have the 8 and the 9 of Swords. The 8 is in the reverse position. The 8 in the reverse position really speaks to me about, you know, frustrations and delays and troubles. But when we see the 8 of Swords, it's like being mentally stuck, but putting yourself there. You know, this person's wearing a blindfold, and it's like they can't see that they could just step away from those swords and they'd be safe. But in the reverse, it's like the blindfold is coming off. The blindfold is coming off, and the realization of the deepness of this connection is honestly sending your person into depression, into a sadness, losing sleep, just really anxiety. But there's progress with this person. Like, I'm seeing progress here, because we see that in the present position here, we have that 10 of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands. You know, speaking of communication, they're right now in this period of decision making. They're trying to make a choice. But I see them coming out of depression. I see them wanting to rejoin the world. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this codependency could be on something physical from the earth, you know, or it could be a codependency with this person, with this connection. I do feel like saying for some of you that this connection is weighing very heavily on your minds, especially right now because of isolation, because you guys are feeling vulnerable and stuck. And it's really, like, look at her face. She's just lost in apathy. And I feel like you guys are some of you are feeling that way. You can't focus, like, it's like you don't even want to focus on anything else. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So will this no contact situation end? I do feel like that will. We have the 8 of Wands. We have this beautiful reconciliation card. Chemistry. I was just asking, how do they feel? There's a strong attraction here. Your person feels incredibly drawn to you. It's like you're like a magnet. You're like a moth to a flame. You're the flame, they're the moth. And it's interesting, we have this sort of this fire scene behind this wolf, like. Let your friends help you. Ask for help and support from others. So this could be a friendship situation. This could be somebody you met amongst your group of friends. Sometimes you can just ask your friends in spirit. And this is a way, you know, you're asking this reading. You're here and we're all friends. So that's an apt card. Heart-to-heart conversation. You guys need to have complete honesty. When this person comes forward, beating around the bush, playing games, you know, all of that needs to come to an end. You know, the seriousness of this connection is real, and I just really feel like it especially seeing this right next to this 9 of Swords, I just feel like in order to move forward, complete honesty is needed. And, you know, putting down those guards, those walls that maybe have been built up. And I understand that's difficult for you. Attraction. Again, so much chemistry, so much attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So much attraction with this person. What kind of messages would they like to tell you right now? How are they feeling about no contact? Whoops. We lost. This deck is getting too big. I keep adding things to it. I wonder what you're doing right now. I do feel, and you know what? It's funny because we see this. That's sort of the feeling I'm getting with this, you know, looking off into the distance, looking out the window, wondering, like, at this very moment, what could they possibly be thinking about? I just feel like you guys are in your mind a lot. I also, this fell out, I still love you. And also, I'm afraid you don't miss me. You know, I mentioned earlier about how I feel like they worry that this is one-sided, and that is a real fear for them. I've never felt like this before. Ooh, I don't... Again, the attraction is really strong here because your curves excite them. They like looking at you. I want a future with you. They want a future with those curves. And I want everyone to remember out there that this is not... Oh, I'm watching from the outside, as well as I'm grown up now. So if this is someone from your past, and you know, that side, this card here, reconciliation, someone from your past is coming forward. If this is someone that you've known for a really long time, they're telling you that they've grown up. And I'm trying to become a better person, trying to work on themselves with that Eight of Pentacles. Even if it's in the reverse position, they see a lack in themselves. They do want to change. On the back of the deck, we do have I settled for second best. So for some of you, your person may have moved forward. This is the second time I saw this card. It didn't fall out, but it's interesting that it's on the back now. So again, for some of you, you may have settled for second best. And they feel like they definitely settled for second best. Let's get you guys some charms as well. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, well, first of all, we have this rose. And somebody said it makes them think of a horseshoe. So it could be, that could... a horseshoe with a rose in it. When I see this rose, I think of Saint Teresa. And the reason I think that is because if I ever, you know, pray to her, talk to her, I usually see roses, and sometimes I do. I come from a Catholic background, but so I think of Saint Teresa. I think of messages from heaven, gifts from heaven coming from above. It's interesting to say that Saint Teresa is the patron saint of impossible causes. So if that resonates with you, if you feel like this is an impossible situation and you can't possibly imagine how you could, you know, move forward, sometimes from above, you can get a higher perspective. Let's see what we have here. Pearls of wisdom. Your person is growing, gaining, you know, wisdom. And we also have the chain. We talked about codependency. I think you had a card here that came out. Yeah, codependency. It's about, you know, being tethered to somebody, feeling like you can't escape this connection. We also have my little Calgary Stampede silver dollar from 1982. The words Pete Knight are stamped on this. That could resonate with you. There's also the years 1903 and 1937. I don't know if that will resonate with you. But the Calgary Stampede, I was actually born in Calgary, and I was born in 1982. So there's a little, I'm aging myself. But my mother gave me this, and when I was little, I thought, you know, a silver dollar must mean, in the movies, it meant something precious. So this is something precious to your person. We also have the 5-cent nickel here from 2015, Canadian beaver. So, you know, the 5th of the month, May, could be a big month for you. We also have the little Chewbacca, which reminds me of people who are kind of nerdy and have a very defined interest. So cosplay or League of Legends or Magic the Gathering or something like that. Something really honed in. Like, I'm a tarot nerd, so I understand that completely. The desire to mend things are here with the button. The desire to come forward and mend everything. What else? Let's see. We have E, G, A, and K. And this is actually a tiny little commandment. It was from a charm bracelet I got when I was 7 years old. I took the charms off. It's kind of tattered. But it is a commandment from the Bible, and it is I have terrible eyes. Ooh, it is the 10th commandment. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. So for some of you, this person has moved on, or you have moved into a new relationship, and this person is really struggling with the fact that you're in a new relationship and struggling with the fact there could be a religious component here too, when I'm sensing, you know, Saint Teresa, and this 10 Commandments comes out. But thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Very apt kind of message, kind of blowing me away right now. Now, what I find interesting is we have the rune of movement and, you know, change. Gradual or spiritual, but it doesn't matter. So I do feel like for group 1, your person is going to end this communication. They want to come forward for sure. We also have the gateway, and it can represent conflict. I do feel like your person is worried about coming forward. They're worried about the fallout of what that could mean, but nothing is insurmountable in spirit. We have to always remember that nothing is insurmountable. Okay, group 1, that is your reading. Will this no contact situation ever end? I get a really strong sense that it will. How does your person feel? They really like you. They really like how you look. They're in love with you. They feel dependent upon this connection. And a lot of mental clarity has come in for them. I do feel like they have some apologizing to do for some of you. Oops, sorry guys. But that won't resonate with everybody. If you feel called to, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. Head over to my Instagram, Tarot Cottage. I do post daily collective check-ins over there and just videos and pictures of our everyday life. Otherwise, I will start with the next group, and I hope to see you guys here on another day at the cottage. Bye, guys. Hello, everybody in group 2 who chose the Owl Spirit and the Red Stone. This is your reading for, will this state of no contact ever end? And how do they feel about this no contact situation? This person you're thinking about. We have the Owl Spirit here. And when I was looking at this spirit, I was thinking about how owls move in. And when owls move in for in flight at night, they're silent, completely silent and unexpected as well. There's a lot of wisdom behind this animal. A lot of calling to look at things from a higher perspective as well whenever I see a large winged creature like this. But just a silent observer. So somebody that could be watching you guys right now on social media, if you have it. Somebody who's asking about you to mutual friends and acquaintances if you don't. And just somebody who is ready to swoop in whenever the opportunity knocks. And they'll do it like quickly and silently. That's sort of the impression I'm getting from this spirit right now. So this person that you're thinking about in your mind, will this no contact situation with them ever come to an end? And what are their feelings? You guys get to use the Santa Morte Book of the Dead deck. It's quickly becoming another one of my favorite. I love the feel of the cards. They're very thin though, so it's very hard to not rip them. So will this separation ever end? I did just see the Sun card. Didn't fall out, but I did just see it. Oops. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The Ten of Swords. It's interesting that card came out in the last pile. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We'll start there. So the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse really speaks about feeling stuck. And that can be your energy as well. It can be your person's energy. Just feeling like waiting around for fate to kind of intervene. Feeling like you're in a rut, like there's bad luck, like you can't control things. The Ten of Swords is about completions and endings and the desire for closure. When we think about the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we see the Ten of Swords and we see that beautiful sunrise at the end of the tunnel. There's a blackness and a death there, sort of like an ending, but there's a beautiful horizon. And I feel like your person is really keen on ending this no separation, which is the cause of that darkness. But I see this Knight of Pentacles, and even in the best case scenarios, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy of the Knights. And in the reverse position, it kind of speaks to me about somebody who's not mature enough, or someone who's being stubborn and not wanting to come forward with work. There's a stubbornness here. Seven of Swords. Dishonesty and sneakiness. That could have been what caused the separation in the first place. There was some dishonest behavior here. And I also feel like saying, again, You know, the owl is a very stoic creature. I don't feel like your person, if they're in a new relationship right now, and I get the sense for some of them that they are, that won't resonate for all of you. I just got that impression right this moment. They're not letting anybody in their life know that they're thinking about you. And I also feel like you guys are not really being 100% forthcoming with your feelings for this person. Temperance in the reverse. A real unbalance right now, especially in this current energy. You guys are feeling really terribly unbalanced. It's more feeling out of control. It kind of goes hand in hand with this Wheel of Fortune, just feeling like you're stuck out of control. You can't control the situation. The desire for the blending together and coming together is right there. But stuck in a rut. You're both feeling stuck in this rut. King of Wands reversed, which is interesting because it's like, it shows that your person is feeling a real lack in themselves. You know, the King of Wands is an entrepreneur, and he's confident and secure in himself. He knows what he wants. He's passionate about his ideas. But in the reverse position, I always get a sense of someone not being ready, someone not prepared. Will this no contact situation ever end? We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a good sign for me because that's about a new opportunity. Like it can speak of a new financial opportunity, but we're talking about the heart. So a new opportunity is going to arise or bring itself forward. We have the Strength in reverse. There is a fear. Like Strength is the Strength card is a powerful card no matter whether it's reversed or upright. It's still a positive card. It still talks about inner strength. But if it's in the reverse, I do sense a real impression of fear to come forward, to have this new. There's trepidation and fear when it's reversed. Fear of change, fear of not being enough. The Hermit and the Queen of Swords. On the back of the deck, we do have the Eight of Swords. So when I see the Hermit, of course, we think of somebody drawing inwardly and not joining the world. So when I'm asking the question whether or not, you know, this no contact situation is going to come to an end, at this point in time, you know, I see new opportunities presenting themselves for your person to come forward, but I do see a lot of fear holding them back, and I see them kind of retreating. And also with this Queen, like retreating and maybe giving off the impression of coldness and like an unfeeling kind of energy. You know, withdrawing within themselves and looking at that flame that they have for you. But like, look at this person. It's like laying there in the dark, in the depths, thinking about it till death. Like that's, instead of acting upon it, just sitting back on their laurels. And that's really how I'm feeling. The Queen of Swords here is also a reminder to me, for you, for Spirit, to tell you to look at this situation logically and analytically. And although the feelings are there and it's painful sometimes to hear, sometimes we are asked by Spirit to be so logical that we're willing to cut the unnecessary people out of our lives. That will not resonate with everyone. But I am getting a really strong sense that you're being asked to lead with your head over your heart here for a little while. Because your person just seems like they're not ready. The Eight of Swords is about being blinded, you know, feeling trapped. But it's a self-imposed entrapment, and that's what's so frustrating about it. Like, this person's supposed to be gaining knowledge and want to come in swiftly, but they don't feel like they've gained enough of it, I suppose, yet. Imprisonment with this card. A real imprisonment. So I don't see them coming forward anytime soon, unfortunately. How are they feeling about this no contact situation? Maybe these cards will show something different. King of Wands in reverse again. They feel like they're not good enough. They feel like a lack in themselves. It's like they're not ready. They don't feel ready to come forward. It's like an immature energy. It's like they're trying to portray this wise soul, but they're just not ready yet. I don't know if this will resonate with anyone, but I just got this sense of like, because this is, you know, your person could be a fire sign. They do not have to be. There's a lot of air energy here as well. But I just got the sense of feeling like this person doesn't feel, it's like sexually inexperienced person. How do they feel about the no contact, please, Spirit? This is the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. It's beautiful. One of my absolute favorites. How do they feel about no contact? Mentally muddled, mentally unclear. Again, not ready to come forward. Five of Cups in the reverse. So the Five of Cups is about remorse, about wanting to come forward with kind of like an apology of sorts. They want forgiveness when it's in the reverse position here, and they're really hoping to move forward. There's hope here. They still have hope. And we see that hope here with the Ace of Pentacles. It's like an offer that they want to bring forth. But when we think of the traditional Rider-Waite deck and we see that Ace of Pentacles, we see that person just kind of looking at that coin. They're just looking at you. And again, I do feel like they're a silent observer of you. How do they feel about no contact? Justice. Just they would like to restore a balance. We had the Temperance as well in the reverse, the imbalance. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, not feeling like they're reaping what they've sown emotionally into this connection. It's like giving up too soon. It's like they've worked with no reward. And the Two of Wands in the reverse position. On the back of the deck, we have the Death card, which is a beautiful rendition of the Death card, and my candle just went out. A lot of my candles have been full. So we have the Death card. It's not about a physical death most of the time. It's about a transition. It's about a change. It's about an awakening. It's about rising from the ashes like the phoenix and coming to a new realization. The Two of Wands is about indecision when we see it in the reverse position. There's passion there. There's love there, but plans are falling through. Your person is really frustrated, not feeling like they're reaping the benefits of, but they do want to come forward with an apology for you. So the question that we asked in the beginning of this, guys, was, you know, is this no contact situation going to end, and how do they feel? Ultimately, it doesn't look, the cards are not telling us that they're going to come forward. Always remember that tarot is not absolute, and nothing is stopping you from action. Nothing is stopping you from moving towards that person, if that's what you want. Let go of control issues. So some of you who are feeling like you need to, like if you don't aptly think about this person, that they're going to... Release your ex. So, you know, Spirit is really guiding you guys to kind of move forward and allow this transition for yourself. Like, I really feel like this Queen of Swords energy is for you guys. This Death card is really for you. It's about rebirth. It's about transition. It's about being logical, and it's painful. And I understand that. And I'm sorry if this is a painful thing for anybody to hear. But I only talk, I just talk through Spirit. I'm just a conduit. I don't do anything. It's not... Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, you know, being asked to kind of slice through those slice through the emotional tape. Whoops. 3 more cards. We'll take them. Unrequited love, trust, and calling your soulmate. You know, there have been trust issues in this relationship. I can see that by the Five of Cups reversed. This could be a situation. This could be a soulmate situation, and it is you guys are feeling frustrated with this unrequited love. But I do feel like Spirit is asking you guys to just. Spirit is asking you guys to really just look at it logically. You guys are feeling that unrequited love. But let's see how this person feels about the no contact. Let's get you guys a couple of these and then we'll do some charms. Sorry, this reading's starting to get long, isn't it? I don't pay attention to the timing, so it's... Whoops. I'm ready to act. They say that. I don't see that action. I feel like you guys are ready to act. I still feel jealous over you. Oops. Thank you for loving me. I knew the first moment I saw you. These are kind of sad to me because of what I just said. The insecurity is definitely there for your person. They are haunted by this situation. It's hard for them because you take my breath away. I saw you are the one. Didn't fall out, so we'll shuffle. I have a lot left that I need to say. Your person does want to have a conversation. No one knows I still think about you. I feel that with the owl spirit. Again, a silent observer. On the back of the deck, it's I'm sick over this. Let's get some charms for you guys. Too many. I'm sorry, guys. I took too many. Oh, God. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's get some of this out of the way. We do have this soft heart that my daughter made me, which makes me think of home. This person does have really strong affections for you. And I do feel like this could be somebody from your past, that maybe a relationship that didn't quite get off the ground with this Olaf spirit. Or just somebody that you have a lot of strong nostalgic feelings. We have the teddy bear and the Olaf, which just kind of speaks to me about a childhood connection. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is interesting. Well, the stone that reflects the Knight of Pentacles to me. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Just somebody willing to put in the work. But again, with this reversal, I feel like your person, it's like a laziness. It's like not ready to put in that work. We have this little, pin that, about binding things together. The desire is there. I see this lock about secrets. It's a closed lock. This person's, again, mysterious. They don't tell people that they're feeling this way. No one knows that they still think about you. But they're gaining pearls of wisdom. They are growing. It's a slow progression, but they are growing. And the desire for movement is there. We have the shoe. The desire is there for movement. So that's important for you guys to understand. We have the quarter. The 25th of the month could mean something to you. The year on this is 1974. We also have this like poison pirates. It's like it's like a painful type of, it's like you're their poison. Like they can't get over you. You have done them in that sense. We have a penny. 1 cent, which is interesting. We had the I thought that we had the Page of Pentacles here, but maybe I'm wrong. So the Page of Pentacles, wanting to come forward with that love offer, but not really having anything to kind of back it up. Oh, we do. Ace of Pentacles, we have 1 coin here. Feeling tethered and a lot of feelings of just kind of being stuck together, being tethered together by this connection. And this shell to me, when you see it from far away, it looks whole, but it's only when you really get close and examine it closely that you see that it's riddled with holes. You guys do feel a loss with this person. They feel a loss with you as well. We have the letters E, B, E, again, R, Z or N, whichever you guys see, an X and a D. The Rune of Man is here as well. I'm going to put these somewhere else. I don't even know where to put them because you guys won't be able to see them. Because I know I overstuffed your pile today. So, you know, it talks about friends and interdependence, which is interesting because we have the chain. And as I said, this could be someone from your past that you were friends with. We also have the rune of the warrior and talks about leadership. Like your person's working on themselves. They really want to, project this, you know, confident person that you would deserve. That's what they really want to do. But as far as this reading, group 2, I don't see movement anytime soon. The desire is there, and your person is also sick of no contact. But I don't see the movement at this time. Okay, group 2, if this resonated with you, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you feel called to, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button. Head over to my Instagram, Tarot Cottage, where I do post daily collective check-in videos, and that's where you can send me direct messages if you like. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 3. Bye, guys. Hi, everybody in group 3 who chose the Eagle Spirit and this Moss Agate Stone. This is your reading on, will this no contact situation ever end? And what is your person's feelings about this no contact situation? We do have the Eagle Spirit, which calls to us and speaks to us about bravery and courage. It talks to us about power and strength and looking at things from a higher perspective. So I do feel like it could be an air sign. I also feel like a lot of people watching this could be from the United States with that beautiful eagle. So how does this person feel about no contact? Okay, well, first of all, we have the 3 of Wands that fell out immediately and the 9 of Pentacles. The 3 of Wands is in the reverse position. It's like setbacks. They've had setbacks, but the 9 of Pentacles speaks to me about, you know, how they feel about you and their impression of you and their opinion of you, which is extremely high. We have the 6 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. The 6 of Pentacles speaks to me about the desire for a more even give and take. I feel like your person is working on themselves to get themselves into a financial position that they feel is befitting of you because you're just such an amazing person. They think that you deserve everything. The 6 of Pentacles is about balance as well. They want to be generous with you. But we do see the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. They are feeling stuck. They're really feeling those setbacks. They're feeling kind of trapped in their circumstances right now. But all this is great news. So we have the Magician, which is ruled by Mercury and is the planet of communication. I feel like your person will definitely come forward with some kind of news for you with that Magician card, for sure. We have the King of Wands, though. So I feel like your person is working on themselves, and they do feel like there is some lack within themselves. The King of Wands in the reverse, it's like a weakness. Like they're not quite ready yet for an entire offer, but the desire for communication is very, very strong with that Magician card. Three of Swords in the reverse position. The desire to come forward with an apology. They really want to apologize. Your person wants to apologize to you. There could be a third party in the mix. We do have the 3 and the 3. I do feel strongly like there may be a third party. And there is a desire to apologize for that, for the heartbreak that they have caused. Interesting, we have the 7 of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles. And I was just speaking about, you know, the apology coming forward. And the 7 of Cups, you see this person with a blindfold on and they have a lot of options. It's about fantasy and illusions. They have a lot of options. I do feel like your person may have had a lot of options or does have a lot of options, but they are kind of focused on coming forward with an appropriate offer for you with this Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles really talks to me about a new opportunity, you know, something new coming in. But it's not a secure offer. Two of Cups. This could be a soulmate situation. This is your person's desire to connect with you. It could mean that they desire marriage. The Two of Cups speaks to me about that. Just a really strong romance engagement. Five of Wands in the reverse position really speaks to me about, you know, problems being resolved. That's really their desire. They want to come forward with an offer. They want it to be befitting of you, but they know they need to apologize for their past behavior. Let's get some clarity with a different deck. Will they come forward? Will they end this communication? I do see them coming forward with at least a message for some of you. With that Magician and that Ace of Pentacles, I do see success here. More Seven of Cups. There are options. This person may have options. I feel like they're fantasizing and daydreaming about you quite a bit. Because you are the Queen of Pentacles. They have a very high opinion of you. They think that you are abundant and secure and gorgeous. Like, they think you're pretty, with that Nine of Pentacles and the Queen. But again, they're recognizing that the no contact situation is really causing a lot of heartbreak for both of you. The Three of Swords is about utter decimation. Look at this poor heart. And again, the three being there is really apt to me right now. Like, I feel like there is a third party. You could have moved on into a new relationship and they're heartbroken over that. High Priestess in the reverse position. The High Priestess is mysterious and she has a lot of secrets, but she's wise. In the reverse position, I just feel like it's like they had clouded judgment in the past. Something clouded their judgment. Perhaps another person clouded their judgment and they didn't act according to what they should have. How do they feel about no contact now? Ace of Swords, again, more muddled energy in their mind. They second guess themselves a lot. Their attraction to you is so strong, but they second guess how you are going to react to them because they fear that you won't forgive them for past mistakes. Seven of Wands. It's like challenges ahead, resistance. They're fearing that resistance. They're fearing, and again, back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So they have this passion for you and they just keep looking at it. It's like they keep looking at you. I do feel like some of them are kind of watching you guys. And normally it's the Page of Swords that gives me that impression. But this guy is like, I feel like they're checking in on you for sure. Like, they can't help it. They think you're so gorgeous. But again, the Seven of Wands, you know, speaks to me about fearing the obstacles and challenges that coming forward would bring them. Feeling the desire to work in themselves. Put into work and to maybe create a better offer for you guys. Because you deserve a brand new emotional start. And it's like they want to pour their heart out to you. They want to pour their heart out to you and they're hoping that you will be receptive to that and be receptive to their apology for the heartbreak that they've caused. I feel like they're going to come forward with at least some sort of news. But when they come forward, I don't feel like they're going to be... you may not receive them very well. You may be a little bit cold. Or they may come across as kind of immature. Or like they have kind of a bit of an ego. They may come across, to try to protect their heart, they're probably going to come across as a little bit cold or a little bit nonchalant about it. But I don't feel like it's a reflection of their true feelings for you because on the back of the deck we have this Queen of Cups. So they have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. You have this Nine of Pentacles. Their opinion of you is really high, but I feel like there's an immaturity here that stops them from being able to be truthful with you because of their fear of what you're going to say to them or fear of you not accepting this apology from the past. Get you guys some of these. Doreen. I do feel like they're going to come forward with some kind of news for you. I feel like this no contact situation will not last forever. Honeymoon. So they want to go traveling with you. And maybe if you guys get back together, you guys will do a little traveling trip after this isolation ends, of course. Heart-to-heart conversations. That's what I mean. He's going to come forward, but they're going to kind of be like a shallow type of communication at first, but it's not a reflection of their true feelings. And you may have to goad a little bit of the emotion out of this person because that is what is needed. The heart-to-heart is what is needed. Honesty is what is needed to move forward. Forgiving and learning. Like, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that forgiveness, and they're hoping that you will offer it. They're not confident that you will. Let your friends help you. So it's, you know, these things are hard. Don't shut up your feelings and don't hide. I know that we're in isolation, and people keep reminding me of that. Like in these no contact situations in my comments, like, of course there's no contact. We're in isolation, but we're talking about emotional contact. We're talking about like, pay attention to the red flags of course. The signs are cautioning you. Romantic feelings are there. Feel your feelings are real and worth exploring. I do feel like a lot of forgiveness needs to be made in this connection. And unfortunately, I do feel like a lot of that weight is upon your shoulders. You drive this person crazy because you're so attractive and they think you are the whole package to this person. Whoops. I never felt like this before, and I worry this is all in my head. Oh. Interesting. I'm watching from the outside. This one, I still love you. This one's interesting. It's been popping up quite a bit lately, actually. I feel they want a future with you too. That was on the back of the deck. But they feel stuck. They feel trapped by their own fear. Okay, so 4 more fell out. I don't normally take this many, but I'm going to pull them. I'm brokenhearted, or I'm heartbroken. And I see that with the 3 of Swords there. I believe it's under there somewhere. I don't want to mess up the 3 of Swords. I feel like you guys, but they want to make things right one day. Because you make my heart sore. And I dream about this life that we almost had together. There's a lot of pining feeling with this person. They're seeing how important it is. They've made big mistakes in the past. They're realizing now that this was a soulmate connection. Oh, I just lost a pearl on the floor. Let's see what we got. Okay. So again, I lost a pearl on the floor, but we have another pearl. So 2 pearls would speak to me about you both gaining wisdom. You guys are both focusing on this connection and both trying to look at it from a higher perspective, trying to see what is the meaning behind it. Why are these feelings still here? Maybe after all of this time of no separation, you know, why? And you guys you're both growing in this. We have this little teddy bear charm, which kind of speaks to me about being children or growing together from children. So that could be like a 6 of Cups energy for you. We have this diamond ring, which speaks to me about the desire for marriage, the desire for a commitment. This person really daydreams about you. You know, we had the 2 7 of Cups there. I do feel like they fantasize about you quite a bit. And they fantasize about this life. Again, they're thinking about that life that they almost had with you. You know, like they're dreaming about this life that they almost had. I wish I could get a shot of that. Like they wanted that. I don't even know if I could do that, but yeah, they wanted this relationship. They wanted a marriage. This shell came out in the last pile as well, and this shell is interesting to me because when you see it from far away, it looks like a great shell. It's full and complete, but it's only when you really examine it closely that you see it's riddled with holes. And that's kind of like your heart, their heart. They're feeling kind of incomplete without having you in their life, with this realization of how important you are. The Calgary Stampede silver dollar came out. It's from 1982. It says calf roping 1982, and on it it says Pete Night 1937. So the name Pete could be a resignation for you. Calgary or Canada could be a resignation for you. It's something precious. I feel like your person thinks that you're precious. The letter 2 U's, so that could be a significant letter for you. The letter D. We have, I thought those were the same rune for a moment, but they're not. I've been getting a lot of flack for how I say rune, so I've been trying to correct myself. Let's see what we have here. I have to look them up. The rune of joy and pleasure and balance. It says balance on the back. You know, the desire to be with you, the desire to balance out this connection is really, really strong here, for sure. And this one here, the gateway, it represents conflict. It can represent good luck on the horizon. It can represent that. But I feel like there's a lot of conflict here because that forgiveness and that, you know, this heart-to-heart conversation needs to happen so badly that your person really fears about coming forward because they fear that it's going to bring up old issues. So I really feel strongly with that. We have a dime here. The 10th of the month could mean something for you, or the 10th month. The year on here is 2009. And we have this little, let's see what this one is. This is a commandment, one of the 10 commandments from a chain that I got when I was a little girl. And let me read it. I have a terrible eyes, but thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. That is the commandment coming out. So there could be a religious connection. Religious factors, perhaps, maybe even holding you together. Maybe this means something to you. So again, that is that thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Okay, group 3, that is your reading. Will this no separation ever end? I see the desire for communication, and I do feel like you're going to hear from this person. I really do. How do they feel about this no contact? They're really remorseful. They're dreaming about this life that they almost had with you. They're dreaming about, you know, this potential for this happy ending with you, the fulfillment of their desires. Okay, group 3, if that resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section below. Head over to my Instagram, Tarot Cottage, where I do post daily collective check-ins and just videos and pictures of our everyday lives here. I thank you guys so much for all of your support. You guys are blowing me away, and I do hope to see you guys here on another day at the cottage. Bye, guys.